everyone, Little Joy here, and welcome back to another video. I first off want to say that I am so sorry for not posting last week. It was actually my finals and I graduated last Saturday, so it was a very eventful week for me, and now that I'm out of college, I get to start looking for actual jobs for graphic design, so I'm so excited for that to be happening. So that's why I haven't been very active on here, and again, I do apologize, but I'm hoping to be a little more active now that I don't have any school. So hopefully I'll be able to post more videos, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening in my life. So I don't know, I'm just kind of nervous now and I'm just really excited. So yeah, but anyways, besides that, onto this video. This was more so kind of like a warm-up drawing since I was so focused on finals the last few weeks. I haven't really been able to draw so much, and I've been seeing a lot of these very exaggerated blocky art styles on my Pinterest, so that's kind of like something that I wanted to try out and kind of get a warm-up for. And I decided to draw my OC Alex, or Alexandra, whatever you remember her by. You might have seen her in a last video, and this drawing was a lot of fun to do, but it's totally not something that I'm used to drawing, so it was very interesting to do something that's totally out of my art style, because I usually don't do something this blocky, but I think it's really fun, and it's very exaggerated, and usually I don't do very exaggerated poses either, but honestly, I think like doing something a little bit more blocky kind of does help with that exaggerated pose, I guess you could say, because I've never drawn a pose really like this, so it was totally something out of my comfort zone, but it was a lot of fun to do, and I'm really glad that I did that, especially after all of my finals and everything. It was really nice to start drawing again. So yeah, honestly, I had a lot of fun. It was a little hard though, like I said, to like do something that was so blocky, because I usually have more of a softer art style, I guess you could say, but all in all, I had so much fun doing this, and I decided to draw her in more kind of like a cyberpunk style, which is not something that I usually draw either. So I looked up a few pictures and got a few inspirations, which is why this happened and why I kind of drew her in like that. And I know it's not something that I usually draw or usually do because it's a lot brighter, I guess, in clothing. I do a lot more muted clothing, but I mean, either way, this was so much fun to do. Yeah, and the process of this was so much fun. So honestly, I'm so glad I did this. It was a great warm-up for me, and hopefully I'll be able to do more eccentric drawings like this later. With this drawing, it's, with at least the clothing, it's a lot more black and blue, which I guess is not too bad, but it also in the middle when I was doing this, it reminded me a lot of the movie Tron, and I absolutely love Tron, so I was like, ooh, let's stick with it. And for this drawing, I used a lot of different kind of like filters in the Photoshop area to make it more bright and eccentric. Because I know with the background, I've seen with a lot of these like different kind of art styles, they do a lot more darker backgrounds or like really bright and vibrant backgrounds. I wanted to try to do like a darker background with like pops of bright color. But I don't really know how it turned out. I mean, it looks good, but I feel like if I were to do this again, I would kind of like stick more with a brighter color palette for the background. It does help her pop out, but like, I don't know. I don't really know if I like the darker colored background, but honestly, again though, I'm probably thinking of doing more of a actual background and not just a colored background, so I was thinking about doing more of a scene than anything if I were to do this art style again, which I think is a good idea in the end, and it'll bring like the character more together. But since this was a little bit out of my comfort zone, I decided not to do an actual background drawing, so just so I could get the hang of the art style, I guess you could say, because this is totally, because when I was drawing Alex, I feel like I don't really recognize her to like a certain degree because of just how eccentric and how like out there it is. Because as much as I love Alex, and she's usually more of an outgoing or an ambivert at times, this doesn't really look like her, so I don't think I could really draw my character in this drawing again, so maybe it would just be random characters and not an actual OC. But I mean, all in all, it looks good. It's just like I don't really recognize it. So hopefully I'll be able to get better at these kind of like blocky art styles, and then I'll be able to just like actually be able to put my characters into this art style if I am planning on doing this art style again, but I'm not entirely sure. The shadows and lighting on this drawing were a little hard to do, in all honesty, considering there wasn't really a actual light point, which was, in all honesty, it was really difficult to do. So I kind of just decided to use the same colors from the background as the lighting and shadows, which I think worked well, I guess, in total. But it was a little awkward, I feel like, because it wasn't exactly as well as I planned it to be. But again, this is like a style that I've never done, and it was something really out of my comfort zone, so I tried really hard to see how it would all work together. But I mean, for my first time really kind of working in this art style, I think it turned out really well. And the end product, honestly, could have been a little better, but I think it turned out well. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!